You know, I have a sneaking suspicion that the people of Kano roll their eyes when Kano is referred to as the ancient city. The landmarks, like the city gates and more recently, the groundnut pyramids, are not much in evidence. What is evident to visitors is a bustling industrial city that is easily the most commercial in northern Nigeria. And this has been so for much of the time since independence. Kano prides itself as the commercial capital of northern Nigeria that welcomes one and all to prosper. The city has embarked on another journey of reinventing its commercial credentials with the Dala Inland Dry Port project. A visit to the upcoming inland dry port was an important item on the agenda of the Minister of Transportation when he and a delegation from the ministry visited Kano to commission the Northwest Zonal Office of the Nigerian Shippers Council. That is the focus of today's episode of The Shipper. Welcome! My name is Rekia Zikru Yagoyaju. We'll take a short break now. Stay tuned.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from port A, go enter port B with a measure within on a need. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't sharp proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem where shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily lane. Papa email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
For you, we dey gidigba,
Nigerian Shippers Council with a meeting now for the port of Nanid.
Welcome back. You're watching The Shipper, the flagship program of Nigeria's maritime sector. The program is brought to you by Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator. Residents of Zawachiki community were palpably excited when they spoke to the shippers' correspondents. Take a listen.
Alhamdulillah. Na da Inland Dry Port. Babu da zamu ce da Allah sai godiya.
Ne na amfana da wannan jari dry port sakamakon ni ina bangaren transport.
A takaice dai gurin nan a gaskiya muna munna da kafa shi domin yana da muhimmanci kuma ko ba mu ba ƴaƴan mun Allah da za su ci gajiyar gurin kuma mu ma muna ci saboda haka alhamdulillah.
Ayyukan yi yanda ya kamata dan ni kaina ina daga cikin wanda na samu aikin yi a wannan waje mai albarka.
Kawo mana mu 'yan garin gashi muna neman abinci a ciki na farko kenan, sannan kuma ita unguwar kanta ta samu wani ci gaba wannan ba iyaka garin ne za su samu ci gaba ba, za mu iya cewa Najeriya ko ma duniya gabaki daya in Allah da zai amfane su gabaki daya zai amfane mu da su gabaki daya.
Wannan aiki mutanen mu sun amfana da shi kuma ko daga yanzu musamman wannan hanya da aka yi tun daga babban titi ta higo nan kasuwancinmu ya daɗa bunƙasa ko a cikin gari.
The new Northwest Office of Nigerian Shippers Council in Kano will improve the experience of shippers in the states and those under its coverage area as it brings the services of the country's port economic regulator closer to them. This will positively impact the ease of doing business in the region. Governor of Kano State, Dr. Umar Ganduje, was clearly pleased to host the Transportation Minister, Honorable Rotimi Amechi, when he went to Kano to commission the Northwest Zonal Office of Nigerian Shippers Council. Lucy Ulugbe takes it from here.
Kano State is without a doubt the commercial hub of northern Nigeria. The state's slogan, Center of Commerce, is spot on. Apart from commerce and industry, the ancient city is also known for its agricultural potentials, which have not been fully exploited. Today, Kano is the most irrigated state in Nigeria, boasting more than 20 dams that provide about 2 million cubic meters of water to support agricultural and industrial activities. With the state's vast resources, it requires an effective means of transporting its agricultural produce as well as processed and manufactured goods. This realization birthed the Dala Inland Dry Port project in the Zawachiki area of Kano. The port, which is currently under construction, is expected to provide services from transportation, haulage, and warehousing to customs clearance services in the export processing zone. The project, when operational, would bring a lot of benefits to shippers in Kano.
Inland Dry Port will bring, first, improved efficiency at the seaports by reducing congestion and making life easy for everybody. For the hinterland shippers, that is those around the inland dry port facility that are going to be using the inland dry port facility, there will be improved efficiency in terms of time. Rather than take 2 to 3 weeks before their cargo arrives from Lagos, it will be transferred by rail and it will be in Kano within a day and a half at the most. That is between 24 and 36 hours at the most. All the cargo that has arrived for the hinterland shippers will arrive here. There will be reduction in cost. Rather than use trucking, the cargo will be transferred by rail. We will have some trailer parking, but that's not a critical element because you discourage, the place is not for parking trailers. You just let the trailers stay anywhere and you call them when you need them. And we have enough place to lay out 50, 60, 100 of them at the time they need to come in and take cargo. Because most of what is going to come to us is going to come to us by rail. You have gone on the access road. You have seen it's a dual carriage standard road. It has gone all the way to the gate of the facility. They are doing the blinding, and after it, they will now do the last cast. And then that place will be strong enough to receive any airplane that is going to touch the ground on it, because it can take a deadweight of 150 metric tons.
The dry port is positioned to capitalize on the revived rail infrastructure, especially the tracks from Kano to Jibia in Katsina State and that of Lagos to Kano State. During the visit to Kano State, the Minister of Transportation, Honorable Rotimi Amechi, joined Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje to inspect the Inland Dry Port project. He promised that the federal government would commence the construction of the Kano-Kaduna rail line in July. The minister, who was accompanied by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Transportation, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, Chief Executive Officer, Ghana Shippers Authority, Benonita Bismarck, and heads of agencies in the ministry, also paid a courtesy visit to the Emir of Kano, His Royal Highness Aminu Ado Bayero, after which he commissioned the Northwest Zonal Office of the Nigerian Shippers Council, NSC, alongside the Kano governor, who had earlier expressed delight at the sitting of the NSC Zonal headquarters in Kano, while describing the Dala project as a dream come true.
The establishment of the inland dry port. Kano has been dreaming to have an inland dry port for the last 50 years, but it is only during your time that we have seen light coming out from the tunnel.
The Emir assured the federal government of the Emirates' support for the success of the dry port project. The NSC Northwest Zonal Director said the Dala Inland Dry Port is ready to be declared as a port of origin and destination.
Initially, for people who do export, they have to man somebody outside the city. And when a container is coming in, they quickly inform the exporter there is a container coming in, so he can book that container instead of having to take the trouble of trucking his goods to Lagos. So he can book that container and fill it up from here. But you don't get that so often because this is not a port of entry and exit. If you have that, an exporter doesn't need to keep somebody outside the city gates and tell him there's an incoming container so you can quickly book. No, it will just be automatic. You have your goods, you take them to the dry port and you export from there.
The inland dry port would reduce the cost of doing business for shippers in Kano and its environs.
What is going to happen here in Dala is antithesis of what is happening in Lagos. But on a bigger scale, when it comes to export, because they are going to be more rigorous control over packaging, more over control on quality, and so on and so forth, because sheer intimidating volume of exports going out of this sub-region.
The Dala project has inspired Nigeria's neighbors, particularly Ghana.
Ghana is watching Nigeria very closely. As I was coming, my minister said to me, Bibi, go and look at what they're doing with the inland ports so that we can replicate. And I'm glad that I have seen what has been showcased.
The NSC's executive secretary in his address at the commissioning of the Northwest Zonal headquarters described Kano as a vital contributor to the Nigerian economy.
Kano is a city of trade. It is sanctuary of commerce and industry and international transactions. This office will provide information, trade data, statistics. It will be a vital link needed for international trade.
The minister opined that the sitting of the zonal office in Kano would improve the operations of shippers in the state and other states in the zone.
Whether Kano likes it or not, the political headquarters of even the northern Nigeria is Kaduna. But certainly you can't ignore the economic importance of Kano and cite because of politics this kind of economic project in Kaduna. You will naturally cite it where it will be of economic value to Nigerians and to the people of Kano. So we're here today, sir, to commission the zonal headquarters of Nigerian Shippers Council. So those who do shipping and who import and export and do trade facilitation will find it a lot easier to deal with Shippers Council from here, and it will attract the other states that are found in the Northwest. So business will continue to thrive. I hope it creates employment because you have very huge population.
The director of the General Services Department of the NSC said the new Northwest Zonal Headquarters building was constructed to provide the staff with a conducive environment that will enhance their productivity.
It has been long. There was a time the project was maybe abandoned, but when this new management came up, of course, they took it up upon themselves that they must complete this place. We are economic regulators of the ports, so we need a befitting environment. That is why we invested a lot in the construction of this edifice.
Here the board members and staff of the council as well as stakeholders.
Inland dry ports are global logistic facilities, and therefore there are certain standards that they must conform before they are declared as port of origin and port of destination.
The inland dry port that we did with Dala, of course we gave them the license to set it up. It's going at a rapid pace. It's going to be a confluence of transportation, of rail, road, and the movement of goods in and around the country and beyond.
I believe that this office is going to play a very key role in the economic growth of this country.
One good thing about the official opening is the awareness. Awareness to the people in the states, awareness to the people in the neighboring states, awareness to importers and exporters, awareness for them to get avail themselves of the services of Nigerian Shippers Council. I think to me that is the most important thing.
So many people that didn't know about the council are here today. So it created a kind of visibility about council, the functions of council, and our rules.
We need things like this in all the big cities so that people will be able to get information, come into the offices, get information about what is happening in the maritime sector.
The intended purpose of opening this office, because the office is meant to alleviate the sufferings of the hinterland shippers.
Anytime the Shippers Council requires any assistance or any help or any advice from the Emirate Council, the Emir is always ready to give.
By virtue of having this kind of structure in Kano, so it will help in the operational activities of the council in the entire zone. It will help greatly in lightening the shippers in the area.
On the commissioning of the Northwest Zonal Office, I think it's a very good one for us, and I think we can even copy them, like a state of Maradi, which is close to Kano and Katsina. We should have something like this.
This office place was allocated for us
right from 1990s, when the whole of this place was just a bush. But today, we are now living like a downtown in Dubai, because the location of this office is the city center where you have access to everywhere, and it's a superb edifice that you are proud to work in such organization.
A lot of businessmen now, or women, are now aware that we have an edifice like that, and they are aware there's an office here that will always give them a listening ear.
Taking Kano into what it is, for the fact that Kano is a commercial nerve center of the entire northern state, this building is long overdue.
The new office complex is far better than the old one, due to the beautiful renovation carried out.
We really appreciate the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Shippers Council that fulfill his promise. He promised he's going to build the office, and he have done it now.
This happens to be the first area office to be opened outside the head office. And today that it has been commissioned is a very happy day to all of us.
At the commissioning of the Council's zonal headquarters, the Transportation Ministry's Permanent Secretary thanked everyone who contributed to the project.
To Your Excellency for spending time with us this morning from your very busy schedule to physically go on the inspection of Dala Port with us and every place we have been to today. We appreciate you, sir, and we say thank you.
Kano State, the Northern Commercial Nerve Center in Nigeria, will soon have shipping and related services at its doorstep, as it well should. This positive development is expected to have a huge impact on the state's economy.
The speedy completion of Dala Inland Dry Port is something that everyone involved is committed to, especially Nigerian Shippers Council. It's now time to move over to the Tidbit segment where Abike Idowu is standing by.
Hello and welcome to the Tidbit segment on your favorite maritime program, The Shipper. I am Abike Idowu. In Kano, the shipper spoke to the President, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Kano State, who is also the Managing Director, Rumbu Sachs Limited, Alhaji Sani Hussaini, on the role export is playing to boost the GDP of Nigeria. Speaking on the commercial quantities of produce, such as groundnuts, sesame seed, and moringa that Nigeria has in the north, Alhaji Sani urged exporters to leverage on the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, ETLS, and strive to meet international best standards. The ETLS is a tool which aims at the operationalization of the free trade area. The ETLS mechanism, established in 1979, ensures the free movement of originating products without the payment of custom duties and taxes of equivalent effect on importation into ECOWAS member states. Shippers Council continues to advocate on the side of shippers who face unfair charges. Here is a video of appreciation from Mr. Bonifat Adoba of Adinton Logistics, who had difficulty in returning an empty container.
We came to Shippers Council to report the case immediately, telling Hapa Lloyd to stop this container demurrage reading till this issue is resolved. Hapa Lloyd did nothing. Surprisingly, our importer, Mahmuda, forwarded us an invoice of 9,384,750 naira being accumulated demurrage for this same container. We took up the matter, come to Shippers Council, and they asked us to write a letter to that effect. There was a brief interrogation between the two parties, and at the end it was found out that Hapag-Lloyd erred and had no justification to give an invoice for that value, and they cancelled the invoice.
And here is our complaints register for the week. A total number of 6 complaints were received. 3 have been resolved, while 3 are ongoing investigations. The complaints include transfer and rent charges, detention charges, transfer and bar charges, delay in transfer, and demurrage charges. It's now time for news on shipping around the world. In Kenya, a new deep water port has commenced operation in the Indian Ocean. It's called Port Lamu. The port was recently inaugurated by President Uhuru Kenyatta, where he observed the first loading and offloading of 2 ships berthing at the port. The berth has a depth of 17.5 meters and has the capacity of handling 400,000 containers per year. In India, Mumbai Port Trust has inked a license agreement with the SP Amada Clean Energy Ventures Private Limited to design, build and operate a floating storage and regasification unit FSRU in Mumbai Harbour. The company will be operating and maintaining the FSRU infrastructure in Mumbai Harbour for the next 30 years. The proposed Mumbai terminal will be the 6th LNG terminal on the west coast of India. Remember to register as regulated service provider via the website www.shipperstradedata.gov.ng. And that's it on this week's Tidbits. Till next time.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
This is where our anchor drops today on The Shipper. Have a smooth sailing week ahead. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye.